Shalom, shalom. I'm going to start off this video giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua, Ba'Hashem, Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of the great millstone that rule well, teach well, while learning truth 100% according to the Bible. I also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, prophet service scattered abroad the four corners of the earth. And shalom to you, Akwaf, which are you few sisters out there that are sincere, your children, shalom. And in today's video, as you can see, is going to be just building off the current news of things that you ultimately have taking place. And as you can see from the title of this video, it says Russia warns the U.S. on nuclear weapons testing, you see. And ultimately, you got Donald Trump, who's basically preparing America's military to start back testing nuclear missiles after 33 years of them not testing them. And we ultimately know why, the Lord is putting a spirit on Babylon to test these missiles, man, because ultimately we're fastly approaching the Third World War, which we're already in the beginning stages of it. But you see, it's only going to intensify. So that's why we're going to continue to see things like this occur, where you're going to have just things continuously escalating, you see. And this is why, because ultimately we're in a time of war, as it tells us right here. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heavens. So ultimately, everything that happens in planet Earth, it happens at an appointed time that the Heavenly Father allows for these things to take place in, you see. And I'm going to go down straight to the point, which is verse 8. It says a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. And we're ultimately in a time of war, man. So like I said, that's why it's no coincidence that you got these nations testing their nukes, man, and trying to get everything prepared and putting everything in order, because the Lord is the one that's controlling the minds of these leaders, man, and putting it on them to do these things. Because like I said, we're fastly approaching the Third World War, man. You see where it's about to heat up, you see, and things are about to get more intense than what we ultimately see happening now. That's why the tensions between America and Russia over the last few weeks, they just been continuously escalating and getting worse, man. You see. Because like I said, these things are coming, soon. Right. So I'm going to get straight into the video, and we're going to listen to what it is that the guy is saying. And I'll grab a few more precepts, and I'll be right to be edifying. But with that being said, fair use. I'm not getting paid for this video. This is for educational purposes only.
Breaking news coming out today, October 30th, 2025, as we are hearing that Russia has warned the United States about that nuclear weapons testing that we heard was just announced last night. I shared it with you live as soon as it had come out. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the articles so that way you can see it for yourself. Russia is on guard after Trump's call to resume nuclear weapons testing. You can see this updated just 45 minutes ago from the time of this recording. Russia says that it didn't test nuclear weapons, but it said it would if the United States did. So now that Donald Trump has said they're going to be doing nuclear weapons testing, well, Russia is saying they're going to go ahead and do the exact same. Now, this comes as well as Trump's test threat. It could fuel nuclear tensions with China, as well as in that post, he mentioned China and Russia. And take a look at this, how the U.S. nuclear weapons compare to China and Russia, as Trump orders new tests of nuclear weapons and U.S. ally prepares to host nuclear power submarines as well. We are hearing all around the nation right now, there is a lot of talk about nuclear weapons, nuclear concerns, and this all sparking a lot of it happening overnight.
Right. And you hear what it is the guy's saying. Ultimately, for the little bit of the video I allowed to play, and he's saying that ultimately all of these nations, they're all talking about nukes. And that's because ultimately this Third World War, which is going to get critical real soon, is going to be fought with these nuclear weapons, As it tells us right here in Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5, it says, for every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. That's how the ancient battles were fought, you see, back in the old days, before they ultimately had the possession of these missiles and all of this advanced weaponry that these countries possess now. Back then, this was just, fought with shields, bucklers, swords, you see, close quarter combats. That's how the ancient battles ultimately were dealt with, But it says, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. That's going into the depiction of these nuclear missiles, man. You see these ICBMs, and that's exactly what this Third World War is going to be fought with. You see these bombs, man, these nuclear bombs. So that's why, like I said, it's no coincidence that you got the Lord putting the spirit on Trump and Putin, as well as these other countries, to start back testing their missiles, man. You see, because we're fastly approaching that time. Right, where things are about to get worse out here, man, real soon in the earth, where things are about to heat up, So yeah, I'm gonna get back into the video.
Let's take a look. I shared this with you as soon as it had come out. Donald Trump on Truth Social. Last night at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, the United States has more nuclear weapons than any other country. This was accomplished including a complete update and renovation of the existing weapons during my first term in office. Because of the tremendous destructive power, I hated to do it, but had no choice. Russia is second, and China is a distant third, but will be even within 5 years. Because of other countries' testing programs, I have instructed the Department of War to start testing our nuclear weapons on an equal basis. That process will begin immediately. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you concerned about the nuclear rhetoric that is currently being spread all around the world? If you think so, put yes. If you think no, put no. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But let's go ahead and get into the articles, the video footage. I'm going to share with you the latest so that way you can see it for yourself, what exactly has been going on roughly over the last 12 hours, 24 to 12 hours, as things have escalated significantly. Now, before we dive into the video footage and the articles, do me a favor, take a quick second if you haven't done so yet and you appreciate the breaking news updates. Hit that thumbs up like button for me. Just helps spread this out across the YouTube platform while we're live. Helps out the channel a ton. Thank you so much. And also, to stay up to date, it is totally free. Why not? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and I will keep you up to speed on everything. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into some video footage so that way you can see the latest coming out on this for yourself.
All right, earlier tonight on Truth Social, President Trump announced that he has ordered the Department of War to start once again testing nuclear weapons and wants that process to begin immediately. He said the new testing program is in response to other nations testing their weapons. Here with a lot more.
Right. And we hear what it is they're saying. So, like I said, yeah, America is now starting to test their nuclear weapons, man. And like I said, how about Shimei Shah is the one that's putting the spirit on these nations to do this, man. Because, you know, like I said, we're fastly approaching the times where, hey, everything is about to spiral out of control real soon, man. You see, that's why it's important for us hopeful elect brothers and sisters, you see, to ultimately be watching and paying attention, especially in these times we're in, man. Because, I mean, things are just continuously heating up, man. The Lord is, you know, allowing things to really, you know, pick up, man. So this is definitely the time for us to, you know, be sober, to be watching, to be praying, you see, and ultimately, you know, praying to the Lord to have mercy upon us and to be with us in these dangerous times that we know fastly are about to approach, man. You see, but I'm going to grab this precept right here, Revelations 11:14. The second woe was past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly, right? And like I said, we're already in the beginning stages of the Third World War, but it hasn't hidden the intensity level that it's going to get to just yet. You see, because ultimately we know that the RFID microchip still has to come to pass, the MOTB, but we see that fastly coming as well. So like I said, we're definitely living in a time where the Lord is, you know, moving and things are happening, man. So like I said, we definitely got to be sober in these times, man. You see, paying attention to the news, paying attention to everything that's going on. You see, because so many things are going on, you ultimately don't want to, you know, be caught off guard, man, with everything that's happening. You see, you got so much news that's just coming out day by day. You see, that's why, as it tells us right here, I'm going to grab this. This is 1 Peter chapter 4, and I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, but the end of all things is at hand, you see, and we're definitely at the end, you know. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. And that's the spirit that us hopeful elect brothers and sisters got to constantly be in the spirit of being sober, man. You see, not being too, you know, caught up with the cares and the affairs of our lives that, you know, ultimately we don't pay attention to what's happening around us and in the world. You see, we got to constantly be occupied in these prophecies, man. You see, because, hey, like I said, things are happening. Things are going on, man. You see. So, you know, that's pretty much everything I had to say with today's video. Lord's willing, I pray it be edifying. Just a quick hit through the spirit, nothing too long. But with that being said, to the next time, I'm going to say shalom to the elect. Shalom.